Recapping the game last night, the Chiefs used to be the NFL's gold standard. You had stability, you had brilliance, you had Patrick Mahomes, you had Andy Reid, you had a defense that was among the league's best. But last night, they got clipped 31-28. They're now 2-3. So for the first time in years, like this feels like 2-3, not 2-3, they're the Chiefs. They'll be able to come back. Now, do I think getting a couple of wide receivers back will certainly help? You don't have reliable receivers there. But still, Jacksonville did what you want a playoff team or playoff-worthy team do, and that is you're down, you rely on your quarterback, and you pull out the win. So that's back-to-back wins. You've beaten the Niners and the Chiefs. You're 4-1. Trevor Lawrence looks steady. Defense opportunistic. Liam Cohen, the new head coach, he looks battle-tested. As for the Chiefs, I guess slipping a little bit, and maybe the Jags are rising a little bit. But either way, that gap between Kansas City and the rest of the AFC, not as wide as it used to be. And there were a couple of moments in there where Mahomes did what you thought Mahomes would do. I thought they had a terrible kickoff by Harrison Butker that put Jacksonville at the 40-yard line. And then Trevor Lawrence made a couple of big plays, and Jacksonville is now 4-1, tied with Buffalo and tied with the Colts with the best record in the NFL. All right, Seton, what's poll question we're going to go with? By the way, the Jags 4-1 start, the best start through 5 games since 2007 when they started 4-1. Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show. Who was on the 07 team? It was like Mark Brunell on there. Yeah, Paulie.
I know Fred Taylor was on there. He was their star. I just looked up David Garrard.
Oh, Pro Bowler David Garrard.
Yeah, he kind of came out of nowhere, had a breakout year.
Yeah, David Garrard.
Wow.
I think that was his only Pro Bowl, but he played well. He was tough. Seton, poll question.
Well, we're just putting up the weekly power and dower rankings.
Okay.
Which is very exciting. Your options for the power rankings are Detroit, Philly, Buffalo, Tampa, Green Bay, Denver, Indy, and making, I think, their first appearance would be the Jacksonville Jaguars off of a big win. Congratulations.
Right.
You guys are in the top 8.
Wow.
Okay. Those are the power rankings. Who's the best team in the NFL? Is that what you're asking?
We are. We're asking right now who the most powerful team in the NFL are or is.
And then we're going to have the dower rankings as well.
Yes, your dower rankings. You can also vote on those. Right there we have, the Jets, Titans, Dolphins, Giants, Raiders, Saints, Bengals, and Carolina Panthers.
Wait, should the Bengals be on there with 2 wins?
They've been outscored by 71 points this year, the Bengals.
Very dowerful.
Yes. Very dowerful.
Very dowerful.
Dang. All right, the best team in pro football right now is who, Marvin?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
All right. Paul?
The Lions, no doubt.
Todd?
I'm still going to lean towards the Eagles.
All right. Seton?
I'm going to say Detroit.
I'm going to say Detroit as well. Because they had a quality loss. They lost to Green Bay at Green Bay, but they look formidable. Offensively, I think that was our big question. Oh, they lost their offensive coordinator. And you get Aiden Hutchinson back, and that team seems to be great on both sides of the ball. The Eagles, I still have questions. There's something going on there. I don't want to rely on Jalen Hurts to beat the opposition through the air. I think when there's a combo platter, that's when the Eagles are great. The defense consistent, then they can be the best team in football. But, Saquon Barkley not running the ball and you're going to throw it 38 times. Okay, that's not the formula, and we certainly saw that. They've allowed teams to stay around. Now, the Chiefs did that. They've made a tradition out of close games. Everybody's within one score, but they pull those games out. You can't continue to do that. Now, they've had sustained greatness, but sometimes it catches up with you. And you had the stumble-rooski with Trevor Lawrence last night, and this is how it sounded when he scored the game winner.
Trevor under center. He slipped and he fell down. Trevor fell down on the play. Now he's going to try and run in. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. Trevor ran it in. He ran it in. Touchdown. He got up. He fell down to the flag in the end zone. It's against Kansas City. Trevor Lawrence ran it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
I'd like to know how that voice sounds today. That's courtesy of the Jags radio network. Trevor Lawrence, his foot got stepped on by his center. He falls down. Chris Jones, the great defensive lineman for the Chiefs, can't find him. It's like I somehow lost a 6'5" guy. And then Lawrence stumbles, gets back up, and then I think the defense is like, well, wait a minute, is the play dead? Like, what's going on here? And he dives in for the game winner. Yeah, Seton.
I was going to say, Todd will be happy to know that was actually the Chiefs' call of that touchdown.
Oh,
there you go.
Showing some enthusiasm.
Hey, it's a big moment in the game.
It's a big moment in the game.
The Stumble-Rooski, as social media is calling it with Trevor Lawrence. Hey, but that's what you want out of these guys. I think we talked about Trevor Lawrence. Is he ever going to live up to the hype? In parentheses, bust. He's had a couple of good years, but you're still waiting for him. He should be knocking on the door being in the top 5 quarterback. He can't miss going to college. He can't miss going into the NFL. Now, granted, I got to grade him on a curve here because he went through coaches, Urban Meyer situation. I still don't think they've surrounded him with great weapons there. Yes, Paulie.
Yeah, his second year in the league, 2022, post-Urban Meyer mess. He was awesome. 25 touchdowns, 8 picks. He was in the MVP race. The past 3 years, though, he's like a 62% passer, quite a few interceptions. Even this year, he's 4-1, but he's a 60% passer, 6 touchdowns, 5 picks. It's not pretty ever. It's not easy and smooth ever.
No. Any other poll questions there, Seton?
Many other poll questions, Dan.
Okay.
Many other poll questions. All right. Let's see. Paulie sent this one over. Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback, going to be great, or a disappointment?
I would say he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be great.
If we remove a good quarterback, because that's kind of the middle-of-the-road answer, right? Yeah. I think he's going to be good. Okay. What if he's either going to be great or disappointing?
Right now, I would say disappointing. He's shown glimpses. I think that's the problem sometimes when you see guys where you go, why do you like this all the time? Well, that's the difference between good and great. And it's the consistency. It's week in and week out being threatening, being good, coming up with great moments. And we just haven't seen that from him. So I would say I would lean towards a disappointment, but only because the expectation level was through the roof for him and should have been. But, maybe it took a while to get through the Urban Meyer phase. Yeah, Paulie.
It's almost apples and oranges. He came in like Andrew Luck in college where there's just no doubt. And it's been a nice career, but it's apples and oranges to like Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson's career when he's healthy is nice. He's good. He's a good player. He's not spectacular.
What else, Seton?
Trevor Lawrence came into college a sure thing. He didn't even go into the NFL with sure thing. He was in college. Everybody was waiting like, man, it's too bad he's got to play here because he could just jump right to the next level. Man, talk about a guy who needed a season like this, though.
Well, just a game.
Holy smokes.
Let's start with a game that takes a little bit of the heat off of him. But, you're 4-1, but you're in a division where are the Colts for real? Are the Texans going to come back after what they did against Baltimore? So maybe you have a little bit more of a competitive division. Usually that's, the NFC South and the AFC South are just not good. Here's Trevor Lawrence on his thoughts during his go-ahead touchdown on the Stumble-Rooski.
Just panic, honestly, because I was trying to get up to get the ball out of my hands. The clock, we didn't have any timeouts. So I was really going to just stand up and launch it out of the back of the end zone. But then I had a little bit of a lane, so I took it and, scored from there.
it was interesting to see him. I think he's shocked that he fell down. Nobody tackled me. I'm going to get back up. Now what do I do? And all of a sudden to the left, he saw there was an opening there, and I think he was just kind of going, I think I can get to – I'm going to score a touchdown. Yes, Todd.
And he actually stumbled twice on that play. Once is enough, but to be able to gather himself after 2 trips and not give up on the play was pretty impressive.